Your Android phone can do almost everything now, yet the simplest job still somehow ends with 3 apps asking for a subscription. So I went through the free apps people actually keep using and picked 20 that solve normal, everyday problems without making you pay before they become useful. Nothing here is sponsored, and I'll tell you what each one is good for, what you get free, and where the catch is. You see a plant, an appliance part, or some mystery object and have no idea what words to type into Google. Google Lens lets you show Google the thing instead. Point the camera at it or use a photo you already took. And Lens can identify objects, search for matching products, copy printed text, grab phone numbers and addresses, translate signs, and even pull useful information from a poster. It is especially handy for old appliances and replacement parts. Just remember that visual search can be confidently wrong. Use the result as a starting point before ordering a part or deciding what plant you just found. You walk into the grocery store and realize the shopping list is still on the refrigerator. AnyList gives everyone in the household the same live list. So if someone adds milk while you are already shopping, it appears on your phone. It can group groceries by category, save favorite items, and add quantities or notes like 2%, not whole. The same idea works for Costco, hardware stores, packing, or holiday shopping. The shared list basics are genuinely useful for free. Some deeper recipe and meal planning features cost extra, so I would install it for the household list first and decide later if you need anything more. You pick up a cereal box or shampoo, and the ingredient list looks like a chemistry exam. Yuka lets you scan the barcode and turns that label into a simpler breakdown. It works with food and personal care products, explains what affected the score, and can suggest alternatives when something scores poorly. The basic scanning is free, and it is very easy to use while standing in a store. One warning: Yuka's score is Yuka's scoring system. It can help you understand ingredients, but it is not a medical diagnosis, and a red or green circle should not make every food or health decision for you. You have a huge video on your phone, email refuses to attach it, and uploading it to the cloud just to download it onto the computer feels silly. LocalSend moves files directly between devices on the same local network. Android to Windows, Android to Mac, even Android to iPhone. There is no account, no cloud upload, and no advertising, and it works with photos, videos, documents, folders, and text. It is free and open source. The weak spot is networking, guest Wi-Fi, office networks, VPNs, or certain router settings can stop devices from seeing each other. On normal home Wi-Fi, it is basically the file transfer button Android should have had all along. A song comes on in a restaurant, a TV show, or a video on your phone, and you know you will forget it by the time you get home. Shazam still solves that problem in seconds. Tap it and it identifies the song, keeps a history of what you found, shows lyrics, and can send the song to your music service. It can also identify music playing inside other apps, and on supported Android setups it can work while you are using headphones. It is free. Remixes, covers, very short clips, or music buried under dialogue can confuse it, so if the first answer looks wrong, wait for a cleaner part of the song and try again. The forecast says there is a 40% chance of rain. Fine, but can you mow the lawn before it starts? Weather and radar is useful because you can actually watch rain and storms moving across the map instead of staring at one percentage. It also shows thunderstorms and lightning, has a radar widget, and works with Android Auto. The free version does the important job. The problem is the advertising. Recent users complain about intrusive full-screen ads, including ads that can look like update warnings. If anything tells you the weather app needs updating, open Google Play yourself rather than tapping a random banner. Someone gives you a number while you're cooking. You remember something you need tomorrow, or a gift idea appears in your head and will be gone in 30 seconds. Google Keep is built for that moment. Make a quick note or checklist, add a photo, record a voice note that turns into text, share a note with someone, or pin an important one to your home screen. Everything syncs with Keep on a computer. It is free and works best when you keep it simple. Google has changed the layout and reminder behavior over time, which has annoyed some longtime users. Use Keep as fast memory, not as a complicated project management system. You cancel one streaming subscription, and somehow 2 more companies appear asking for $12 a month. Tubi goes back to the old television deal. The movies and shows are free because you watch commercials. There is no monthly subscription, and you get movies, series, documentaries, and live channels, with a particularly large selection in the US. Obviously, the newest premium show may not be there, and the catalog varies by country. The ads are the price. But if you spend more time browsing streaming apps than actually watching them, checking Tubi before adding another monthly bill makes a lot of sense. You are about to spend $15 or $20 on an audiobook you may listen to once. Check Libby first. If your public library participates, your library card can unlock ebooks, audiobooks, and magazines for free. You can download books for offline use, change audiobook speed, set a sleep timer, and save bookmarks and notes. In the US, supported ebooks can also be sent to Kindle. The downside is exactly what happens at a real library. Popular titles can have waiting lists, and the selection depends on your local library. There have also been some complaints about downloads and audiobook playback, so test anything important before a long flight or road trip. You need coffee, detergent, paper towels, and dog food, but checking 6 store flyers is not how anybody wants to spend Tuesday night. Flipp collects weekly ads from participating stores in the US and Canada and lets you search for the item you actually need. Search detergent, for example, and compare current advertised deals nearby. You can also make a shopping list, watch products for sales, and use some supported coupons. It is free. Not every store participates, and some users dislike promoted flyers getting in the way. The best way to use Flipp is to search what was already on your list. A discount on something you never planned to buy is still spending money. You finish shopping, shove the receipt into your pocket, and throw it away later. Fetch gives it one more job. Photograph receipts from groceries, gas, restaurants, clothing, and other purchases to earn points toward gift cards and other rewards. Online purchases can count too, and featured products can earn larger bonuses. The app is free, but normal receipts do not turn into $50 gift cards overnight. The bigger point offers often encourage specific brands, and Fetch also collects a fair amount of shopping-related data. Scan purchases you were already making. Spending extra money to earn extra points is a very efficient way to save absolutely nothing. A bakery is about to close with food left on the shelf. Too Good to Go lets participating bakeries, restaurants, cafes, and grocery stores sell that surplus as discounted surprise bags. You reserve and pay in the app, then collect it during a specified pickup window. In the right neighborhood, the value can be excellent. But surprise bag means exactly that. You normally do not choose every item. Pickup times can be narrow, and some areas barely have participating businesses. This app can be fantastic in one part of a city and useless somewhere else. Open the map before getting excited and see what is actually available around you. You know exactly how to drive to work, but you do not know that a crash just turned the highway into a parking lot. Waze is useful even when you already know the route. Drivers report traffic, accidents, hazards, construction, police, and other problems, and Waze can reroute you as conditions change. It also keeps updating your arrival time and works with Android Auto. Because some of that information comes from other drivers, reports can be old or wrong, and Waze can get a little too excited about saving 2 minutes and send you through strange side streets. Let it warn you about the road. You are still allowed to ignore a ridiculous shortcut. It is Saturday afternoon and somebody says, "We should go for a walk somewhere." Nobody knows where. AllTrails helps you find nearby walking and hiking routes and filter them by distance, difficulty, and practical things like dog-friendly, kid-friendly, stroller-friendly, or wheelchair-accessible. Photos and comments from other people can also tell you whether a trail is actually pleasant or currently a muddy disaster. The free version is good for finding and planning routes. Some features you might really want once you are outdoors, especially offline maps and more advanced navigation tools, require payment. Use the free version for discovery, but check what works offline before depending on it somewhere remote. You get to the pharmacy and the prescription costs far more than you expected. In the United States, GoodRx lets you enter the medication, dose, and quantity, then compare cash prices and coupons at nearby pharmacies. The basic coupon and comparison service is free, and sometimes the difference between stores is substantial. GoodRx is not insurance, though, and the number on your screen is not a guarantee that every transaction will match perfectly. Compare it with your insurance price before paying, and make sure the drug, dose, quantity, and pharmacy all match. If all you want is the free price comparison, you can ignore the extra paid health services inside the app. Someone emails you a form and says, "Just scan it back to me," as if every house still has a scanner beside the fax machine. Adobe Scan uses your camera to detect the page, straighten it, clean it up, combine several pages, and save everything as a PDF. It also recognizes printed text so the document can be searchable. That is useful for receipts, insurance paperwork, signed forms, warranties, and tax documents. Basic scanning works for free. Adobe does put premium tools and trial offers throughout the app, and some users dislike automatic filters or corrections. Stick to scan, check the page, save the PDF, and you can ignore most of the upsell. You download a file from an email and Android asks which app should open it. Then none of them do. ReadEra handles PDFs, EPUB books, Word documents, MOBI, AZW3, RTF, TXT, ODT, and several other formats in one place. It remembers where you stopped reading, works offline, needs no account, and the standard reader has no ads. That makes it especially good for manuals, ebooks, travel documents, and files. People send you that your phone does not know what to do with. Its limitation is simple. ReadEra is mainly a reader, not a full PDF editor. For opening and comfortably reading files, though, the free version is unusually complete. You reach into your pocket and your phone is gone. Google's Find Hub is something to set up before that sentence happens. It can show supported phones, tablets, headphones, and trackers on a map, make a nearby device ring, and let you remotely secure or erase a missing phone. You can also put a message on the lock screen for whoever finds it, and some devices can be located through the network even when they are offline. It is free, but reviews are more mixed here, especially around tracker setup and reliability. Open Find Hub today while your phone is still in your hand, and make sure your devices actually appear. Your phone says storage is almost full, but it does not explain whether the problem is 2,000 photos or one gigantic video from Christmas 2022. Files by Google makes that easier to see. It can find large files, duplicates, old downloads, chat media, and other storage hogs, and you can sort files by size. Start there. Deleting one forgotten 6 GB video beats, spending an hour deleting tiny screenshots. It also has Quick Share and a protected Safe folder. The app is free and has no ads. Cleanup features have had occasional bugs after updates, and you should always look at what it wants to remove. Old does not automatically mean safe to delete. Your phone used to reach bedtime with battery left, and now it starts looking nervous around 3 in the afternoon. AccuBattery helps you work out whether the battery may actually be worn or whether your usage changed. It estimates battery health and usable capacity, shows charging and discharge speed, tracks battery use, and can alert you when charging reaches a percentage you choose. The important word is estimates. It needs several charging and discharging cycles before the health number becomes useful, and some phones report data better than others. The free version gives you useful information with ads. Do not install it Monday morning and order a replacement battery by lunch. If one of these solved a problem you have been quietly putting up with, tell me which one in the comments, and add any genuinely useful Android app I missed. We are going to keep testing free tech that earns its place on your phone, not apps whose main feature is finding new ways to charge you.